Hello pandas of the internet, my name is Panda-chan. I am a full-time artist-ish, a part-time cosplayer, and someone who is so sorry for not interacting much with you these past weeks since I'm moving, which means a lot of stress. But on the upside, no more roommates to worry about. Before we begin, I would also like to ask that you subscribe since we're super close to reaching 500 subscribers and I would be so happy to have you. In today's horror story, we see that just because the DM describes it and puts it into the world doesn't mean that you should necessarily fight it. So, if you're ready, sit back, relax, and let's get into the story. This RPG horror story was posted by Nicholas Visay. New player does not understand that just because you encounter it doesn't mean you should fight it. I run an experienced group, several years of the same 4 people. Recently we added a new guy, experienced with Adventurers League, but wanted to join our group as they knew one of the long-term players. The setup: Dragonlance Alternative Timeline. Group is level 14. Good mix of support, DPS, and tank. New player is a rogue, kind of cocky, and a little murder hobo-ish, which doesn't really fly in the group/setting or my DM style. So, they're going after what they think could be a dragon orb, and while traveling, they see a group of undead on the road ahead, going in the same direction as the group. They reckon and find out it's a Knight of the Rose in black burnt armor, clearly undead with 13 other skeletons, armed. The augury spell tells the group it's a bad idea to fight with them, but they decide to test the waters and see what they are up against. Now, the players know it's probably Lord Soth, and the characters have heard about him and his powers, calling ice wall, fireballs, and speaking words that snuff out life force. The group does what they call a recon combat. If they feel the threat is serious and maybe too much, they go in for 1 round, blow their load, and then run away based on the results of round 1. So, they set up and get ready for an ambush. It doesn't go well round 1. None of the skeleton guards go down, spells are bounced off of Soth, and they get a giant hellfire orb to their face, which hurts a lot. The group decides to retreat except the rogue, who has the highest initiative. The rogue pops a potion of invisibility and moves/dashes towards Soth. The rest of the party doesn't know this because he is invisible, and they continue to retreat. Soth, being Soth, easily spots the rogue and commands him to die, which he does. Reasonable. If I was a high knight, I would probably also murder the assassin coming for my face. The guy playing the rogue throws his dice and says, "DMs are supposed to let the players win. This is why I play in Adventurers League." Gets up and storms out. The rest of the group is quiet for a while, but that's about it. The long-term player who knew him sends him some texts and calls him, and the dude calms down and wants to rejoin the party. But I'm not having him back at the table. Maybe not a terrible horror story, but thought it might fit. Oh yeah, I totally feel like this story fits. Imagine this being your first impression of someone. You play at the table for the first time and they throw a tantrum because they couldn't fight and win against a strong enemy. I hope that the new player does find a table that's better suited for his playstyle. But hey, if you can't follow the clues that DM gives and have some manners at the table, I wouldn't want him at my games, if I'm being honest. But with that, we have come to the end of the horror story. Leave me a like, please subscribe, and in the comments tell me, have you ever played in Adventurers League? I haven't. The closest I've come to is playing one-shots at conventions, but I don't think that's the same. The link to the original story is in the description, so go give it a read. You can find my social media links down there as well. And with all of that being said, I will see you next time.